If maintaining your beauty and a healthy weight is your goal, you'll never make your oats any other way besides using this recipe. Stay tuned to learn how to make this rich and tasty oats. Hello, welcome to Nature to Tea, or welcome back. Now, I know a lot of people that make their oats the boring plain way, but I'm going to show you how to upgrade your oats, not only to help enhance your beauty, but also to help with your overall health and get the extra fiber that most people need in their diet. There are quite a bit of good reasons why you should include oats in your diet. One being it is a great source of fiber. It has benefits like antioxidants. It may help lower your cholesterol level and may help manage your blood sugar levels. The type of oats you use matters. There's steel cut, which has most of the fiber. This is the more natural and least processed oats, so it has more of the fiber as well as the other nutrients. However, I am using the roll oats. It's still better than the quick oats, but no matter what oats you use, please stay away from the instant oat. Another note here is buy oats that are organic, because if it's not organic, chances are they may contain toxic chemicals like glyphosate, GMO, as well as other toxins that are not good for us. So I am just using the roll oats, which is pretty good, but not the best. I normally use steel oat, but I haven't bought any since I ran out, so I just decided to use the roll oats for this recipe. And the steel oats does take longer to cook, so be mindful of that. However, if you're using steel cut oats, you may have to cook this maybe about 10 to 15 minutes longer. You'll also need to increase the water to about 2 or 2.5 cups. If you're using roll oats, for every cup of oats, you're going to need about 2 to 2.5 cups of water. It depends on how thick you want your oats. I don't like mine too thick, even though this time I made it a little thick. But be mindful of that and adjust the water as needed. By the way, I'm showing two versions of my oatmeal. One is just using 1 cup of oats. For every cup of oats, you can add 2 to 2.5 cups of water. But for the second recipe, I use 2 cups of oats, so that means I use about 5 cups of water. Depending on how thick you want it, you can add a little bit more or a little bit less water. And these are my additional ingredients that make this rich and creamy, and thus add in coconut cream as well as chia seeds. These are the ingredients for this creamy, delicious oats that I'm about to make. So let's get started. You're going to add your water in a pot and let it come to boil. And once it starts to boil, you can add your oats, and you're going to cook it on medium-high for about 8 to 10 minutes. After that, you can turn it down to low and add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of chia seeds. Chia seeds are not only amazing when it comes to fiber, protein, healthy fats, but they also help you stay fuller for longer. They're satiating and they have no taste at all. So whatever you put it in, it will take on the taste. It is a good source of protein, fiber, omega-3 fatty acids, potassium, magnesium. It will keep you satiated so you don't get hungry sooner. By the way, you have to soak chia seeds, but anyway, you are cooking it, so technically that's soaking them, and chia seeds are so reasonable. So try to incorporate it in your recipes, especially if you're on a weight loss journey or trying to manage your weight. And it is tasteless, so you can add it to whatever you are eating and it will take on that taste. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add about 1/4 cup of coconut cream. You can also use coconut milk, and if you're using coconut milk, you can up it to 1/2 cup. I like to add coconut cream because coconut has healthy fats. It will keep you satiated, and it's creamy. It enhances the taste of oats, gives it a creamy taste. Kind of like butter, but healthier, unless if you're using like, the grass-fed kind of butter. But it gives it the rich, creamy taste that you'll get when you use butter. Coconut cream is a great cream to use. It has healthy fats, which is good for cognitive health. Antioxidants, keeps you satiated and helps fight inflammation. After adding the coconut cream, I turned it down to low and cooked it for another 5 minutes. Once you have the consistency that you want, you can go ahead and turn it off. If you're adding sugar, you can add it the same time you add the coconut milk. However, because I'm using honey, you want to wait till it cools down a little bit before you add the honey. The reason being, you don't want to heat the honey because it will destroy the antioxidants and other benefits. So once I added my sweetener, which is honey in this case, I just went ahead and mixed it up. And I am going to eat this with more healthy fats and protein. By the way, healthy fats keep you full and satiated and doesn't spike up your blood glucose levels. I also like to add yogurt to my oats, full fat yogurt, to give it the creamy, rich taste. In our culture, whenever we cook porridge, we do add sour cream or yogurt, and it enhances the taste. So I'm used to adding yogurt and or sour cream on my porridge or my oats, and it just gives it that extra rich and yummy taste. Also, of course, the protein and the probiotic benefits and the other benefits of eating yogurt. So it tastes really amazing with this recipe. It's great for gut health, feminine health, as well as your immune health. Also, with dairy products, always buy organic to avoid the antibiotics, steroids, and other junk. So you want to add as little or as much as you need, and then just spread it on top like that. Now, because the yogurt is a little bit tart, I just drizzle a little bit more honey on top of it. Ingredients for this caramelized apples are just Fuji apples, organic brown cane sugar, and some cinnamon, and basically you just caramelize it. But if you want the full recipe, you do let me know below so I can make a video on that. And this is the last ingredient to top this oats with. I made enough for a couple of days, so the rest you can just put them in containers, put it in your fridge, and use up to 4 days. If you do decide to make extra for another day, just omit the sour cream or yogurt if you're going to add that to it, and just add it when you're ready to eat it. Now, if you love oats, once you try this recipe, you will not go back to your plain oats. This is not only delicious, but it has extra protein, omega-3 fatty acids, fiber, tastes really creamy, is really delicious. This is the first time I tried it with caramelized apples, and I am in love. This amazing recipe has all the healthy fats you need, the proteins, everything for a healthy breakfast. They'll keep you full and stay full longer than your ordinary breakfast. This is one of my favorite recipes, and that is because I'm into health and beauty, and this recipe helps with all of that. If you're health conscious and if you're trying to maintain your beauty, trying to maintain a youthful look, this is one of those recipes that have proteins, the healthy fats, the antioxidants, and anti-inflammatory benefits, help you with weight management, and it is delicious. This wraps it up for this video. I hope you learned something from this recipe video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a like, and please don't forget to follow, don't forget to subscribe, and hit that post notification button so you'll be notified every time I post a video. I appreciate your time. I hope you have an amazing day, evening, night, wherever you are, and I hope to catch you on my next video.